Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you for the decent to good honorable movie mentions of 2019 video. So I'm going to discuss from 1 to 10 what's on the list and let you know my thoughts on each movie. So let's dive into this video. Now I don't know if it's going to be in parts, but let's just dive into it and see what happens. But the first movie that I put on here was Harriet. This was a movie about Harriet Tubman, and she's pretty much going back to, I think it's Virginia, to free the slaves and free the rest of the slaves that are enslaved there. And it's a pretty interesting story. It's a good movie. Well, it's an average movie. I think the pacing was a little bit off, and it went a little fast paced through most of it. There were most scenes where she's going back and forth to get the slaves and rescue them and take them to paradise and have their freedoms and all that. And it's drags on for a little while until they finally catch up. The Southerners catch up to where Harriet Tubman's taking them, and yeah, she gets busted. And pretty much she's got to leave town from where she went to find freedom at. And yeah, I thought this movie was average. It wasn't the best movie this year, but it made it in this list. And at number 1, we have Harriet. Number 2, we have Dora and the Lost City of Gold. This one I really didn't think would make this list. I really thought it would bomb, meaning suck. But no, it didn't. It actually impressed me with how good it was. Um, the swiper guy, I think Benicio del Toro plays a swiper, and he did a good job playing as him. It was definitely a short film. It was like 90 something minutes, or maybe longer than that, probably 100 minutes and something like that. I'm not sure. I'd have to watch it again, but I think Isabella Miner or Maynor or Monair or whatever, if I'm saying it right, I might be screwing it up. She did a good job playing as her character named Dora. She was very enthusiastic, very cheerful with her character, and upbeat, and was having a positive outlook with this character, and she did a really good job. She's a young actress, but she deserves more credit than she gets. She's actually pretty good. Uh, but yeah, the story, yeah, it tends to drag. Like, the plot is okay. It did alright, is what I'm trying to say. This movie did alright. And at number 2, we have Dora and the Lost City of Gold. Number 3, we have Ad Astra. Uh, this one, yeah, there were certain scenes in here that kind of sucked, but I think at the end of the day, this movie did alright. Um, Brad Pitt in this movie had a very convincing role. I think this is kind of a true story. I'm not sure. I think some things in this movie are a little made up, but for the most part, I think him going to find his dad and that they found his vessel or whatever in space was the freakiest part. This didn't do too bad as a movie. As a whole, Yeah, it has some clustering moments, meaning it kind of gets a little messy, this movie, with some of the scenes in the movie where you're just like, I don't think I like that scene, or I don't like this other scene that they're doing. But for the most part, I really did like this movie. It's average. It ain't perfect, but it made it in this list. And at number 3, we have Ad Astra. At number 4, we have Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. This one came out back in August, and I thought it was weird. They did exactly what the books, they followed what the books were like and all that. Books were really scary and very freaky, and I just got creeped out by the images with the books. I was like, ugh, this is gross. But the movie's meant to be gross or whatever. I think they only rated it PG-13 when I think it should be rated R. Well, maybe PG-13 works, I'm not sure. But there were some scenes in the movie that they did right. Uh, if you have seen the movie already, which it's already out on DVD now, you know that one of the kids gets sucked into this fat lady or pale lady that looks really heavy set, and it's really freaky. It was really gross, and I was just like, ew. I'm like, that's a horrible way to die. The spider scene with the chick and all that, where the spiders come out her face and all that, it's really gross too. But I think the kid getting sucked into the fat, pale lady or whatever was pretty gross and pretty freaky. That was probably the freakiest scene I did like, but I got freaked out by it. I was like, oh, shit. I'm like, that really is a horrible way to die. But at number 4, we have Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. At number 5, we have Good Boys. This movie had its funny moments, and there were some funny scenes in here where one of the kids is like telling the grandpa to shut up or whatever, or saying something funny. It's been a while since I seen this movie, like 4 months ago, but it does feel like a while since I seen it. But I think it was good. It did a pretty decent job. Um, there were certain scenes in here that worked, and some scenes where it dragged or it got boring and uninteresting. But at the end of the day, Good Boys did an alright job. I think towards the end, the jokes start getting stale, and it dies down a little bit, and it just, I just can't like certain jokes in the movie. But at number 5, we have Good Boys. Number 6, we have Hobbs and Shaw. This movie, if you like action scenes in this movie, this is the movie for you. If you like a good plot, this movie gives it to you a little, but it doesn't focus on the plot that much. It focuses on the fight scenes and all that in this movie. That's what Fast and Furious movies are like now. Fight scenes, car chases, explosions, you name it. There's a lot of stuff that's in this movie. But Idris Elba in the movie did a good job playing as the bad guy. And I did enjoy some scenes in the movie where they went back to The Rock's hometown in the movie, or Hobbs's hometown. And they're trying to work together just to take Idris Elba down, which she's like this robotic machine or whatever, or cyber enhanced human or whatever. It's really weird, but he did a good job playing his role. And at number 6, we have Hobbs and Shaw. I'm gonna have to come back at you for the second part. I did discuss too long with it. There's only gonna be 4 more movies I'm gonna be talking about in the next part, so I'll try to shorten it, but I can't promise anything. Definitely comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of the first part for the decent to good honorable movie mentions of 2019 video. And if you like this video, comment below and let me know your thoughts on it. Tap a like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can to support the channel. Like I said, I will be returning to you for part 2 of the decent to good honorable movie mentions of 2019 video. So definitely stay tuned for that. I know it's a long name for a title, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one.